Hey everybody, we got a very special guest today to promote WWE's return to Vancouver on September 24th at the Pacific Coliseum for you locals, the PNE Coliseum, for Saturday night's main event. And we have the honor and privilege today to talk to none other than Canada's very own, Kevin Owens. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for you guys to come back here. It's been a good minute. I was at the last show on February 14th of 2020. So it's exciting. Glad to talk to you. The first question I had for you was, with all the changes happening in the company, it definitely feels like a new era. That being said, what are you most excited for?
Getting to work with Triple H again is really exciting because he's really, obviously he's the reason I'm here, right? He's the reason I got my opportunity in WWE, my chance to go to a tryout and eventually get signed and everything. But when I first started, I was in NXT for a few months and I got to work directly with him, and it was so enlightening because this guy, I've been blessed to work with a lot of people that have tremendous minds for this industry, but really the way Triple H views what we do and the way he's able to communicate his vision and how he sees things and how to execute certain things, it's really unparalleled. So to get to work with him in that capacity again is really great. Pretty excited, and change is always interesting. It's kind of rejuvenated everybody. The atmosphere here is pretty great, and it's just cool to see where things go from here.
Definitely looking forward to it. It feels fresh. It feels new. I think everyone's a little bit excited again, even on the fan side of things. It feels like you never know what to expect, so I definitely agree. Speaking about big changes, we went through a couple of years of the pandemic and the Thunderdome and not really touring in Canada. And I know in the next couple of months you guys are in Montreal, you're going to be in Calgary, and of course you're coming back to Vancouver. That being said, being Canadian, what does it mean to you to be coming back to Canada and being able to work in Canada again?
Yeah, man. Every time we're in Canada is always so special for me. Everywhere I go, Montreal's always great because I get the hometown reaction. But what's great about Canada is I get that kind of reaction everywhere I go in Canada. It's really like, London, Ontario is going to be my hometown, or Vancouver is going to be my hometown, or Edmonton, my hometown, Winnipeg. It's great to see how much Canadian fans care for the Canadian wrestlers, and it's not just me. Obviously Sami, Maddie, everybody. We're very lucky to have fans like that, and it's always so cool to be there.
Yeah, we're a big country, but anybody that's from the country, we tend to support them as if they're representing.
Yeah, it's like a hometown guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're from Montreal or Calgary, you're still Canada. So Canada. It's always been like that. So I always found that to be super cool. Do you have any memories of Vancouver? Is there anything about Vancouver that stands out to you?
Yeah, so I remember being there and wrestling Rusev and Sami in a triple threat.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was my first time in Vancouver.
Oh, wow.
And the crowd was so crazy. And I remember at the time my moniker was Face of America. And for that night, I said, I'm the face of Canada. And the reaction was so great. And, I came up with it on the spot. Like I told the announcer, call me Face of Canada. Yeah. And I remember Sami Zayn on the other side, looking at me like, you're a bastard, just he knew what I was trying to do. It was really great. Just rallying the fans behind me that way. It was pretty cool. I remember that really well.
Is there a chance? I know people will probably ask you this question all the time, but I feel like you guys have got to do a lot of things together, both being from Canada, starting out together, teaming and all of that, wrestling each other at WrestleMania. Is it still a thing for you to want to win those tag titles with Sami Zayn?
Yeah, of course. I've never been a tag team champion, so I'd love to be tag team champion with anybody. Well, maybe not anybody, but there's a couple guys I could see myself winning the tag titles with, but obviously Sami's at the top of the list, and I think that would be the ultimate, the ultimate good moment for us there to achieve that. We've been tag team champions everywhere we went, except for WWE, so I feel like we definitely have to get that checked off the list soon enough.
It'd be great if you guys could do it in Canada. I think that they're
yeah, man. Listen, you're preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, if it happened in Montreal,
if everything
the people will love it.
If everything lines up, that would be pretty awesome.
So I know. So how many times have you been to Vancouver? Have you been there a lot of times, or just for wrestling for the WWE?
Can you repeat that? Sorry, you broke up a
Oh,
little.
so I just want to know how many times you've actually been to Vancouver. So I'm curious, do you ever get the chance to visit our Vancouver Zoo here? I know you're a big fan.
So I haven't had the chance to do that. I think I've been in Vancouver maybe 2 or 3 times at most. I really haven't had the chance to be there too much. But I remember Sami and I actually went out, and there's this park with all these trees and this bridge, suspended bridge and stuff like that. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I actually live near that. So yeah, the suspension bridge.
Yeah, so we did that. Yeah, we did that. That was pretty cool, but that's really as much as I got to see. But yeah, I'd love to have the chance to visit a lot more eventually. And I got pretty tight with Bruce Boudreau in the last few months, so who knows? Maybe.
Oh, that's true. That's true. How's your relationship with him? Because he is our Vancouver Canucks guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's cool. We met. Yeah, we met at the draft, and we've kept in touch since. And he's a huge fan of wrestling, and I always got a kick out of him as a coach because his energy and just the way he is reminded me of myself a lot. So yeah, it's pretty cool to be in touch with him, and who knows, down the line, maybe I'll go to a game and maybe I'll take him to city or something.
No, we definitely love for you to come to a Vancouver Canucks game, and he's great. He brings different energy to the entire team, and he just has that contagious, enthusiastic energy. And that clip of you at the draft when you got to meet him was super cool. He was super excited, so that's awesome. I guess the last thing I want to ask you, and it might be because I just have to watch The Lion King with my nephew, but if the WWE was the animal kingdom, what animal would Kevin Owens be?
Man, it's really hard to pick one because I if you ever seen my right arm, all the tattoos I have, I'm a big, I love animals. And I have all these tattoos of my favorite animals on my arm. And part of me wants to say, like, maybe I'd be a gorilla, but it doesn't. I think I'd be closer to a panda. Pandas can be pretty nice and soft and cuddly, but man, they'll rip your face off if they have to. So I think that kind of suits me pretty well, to be honest.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you coming on. It's honestly an honor and a privilege. I've been a big fan for years. And I'm hoping everybody comes out to Vancouver, the Pacific Coliseum, September 24th for Saturday night's main event. It's been a long time since we've had wrestling in Vancouver, since February 14th, 2020. The crowd was wild for that. I hope the crowd shows up to this show as well, and it'll be a good time. So thank you.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thanks a lot for having me.
No problem.
Bruce Boudreau is the coach of the Vancouver Canucks, which is and he happens to be a huge WWE fan, and you're gonna love this. Guess who his favorite wrestler is? It's not you, it's you. You're nobody's favorite wrestler. I talked to your mom. What you say? Okay, your mom loves Roman Reigns, okay? It's not my fault.
Time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.